Welcome to Goober Time with Dr. Chris Chismore, hosted by Tom and Griffin.
We are your hosts, Tom and Griffin.
Unfortunately, our illustrious friend, Dr. Chris Chismore, is away on his important research and unable to host a podcast this week.
But fear not, dear listener, because he has left us in charge, and we are going to try to do a really good job of a podcast.
This week, Dr. Chismore has asked us to talk about
Optimizing Jazz.
Wow. Well, dear listeners and
Citizen soldiers,
citizen soldiers, listeners, readers, and haters too. You might notice a new member of the Goober Time with Dr. Chris Chismore, hosted by Tom and Griffin.
Family or army.
And
people are responding really well to citizen soldiers.
People like feeling like they're fighting and they're working for a noble cause, and they are by listening to this and doing whatever we say.
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Introduce the new member of the army.
Well, she doesn't have a name, actually. I've been calling her Foot because she has two double white feet. She's really meowing a lot. I've also just been calling her Little Baby. I got her as a friend for Monkey, who has been going absolutely butt-fucking crazy. And that hasn't changed. He's just directed it at the cat, the new kitten. Licking her butt, biting her neck, trying to kill her, maybe trying to fuck her. It's... maybe a bad decision, maybe a great decision. We'll find out. Any idea where Dr. Chris Chismore is this week?
Yeah, I know.
I haven't heard sight nor sound of the fella.
Yeah.
He's once again not here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we were very lucky in that we were able to host the podcast yet again. I've pretty much just worked it into my calendar every week at this point in time, but hopefully we're going to get him back at some point.
That'd be great. I'd love a vacation.
Yeah. Well, I think we are getting better at podcasting, though.
That's good.
The more we've done this, I don't know if we were prepared to get good at podcasting, but I think by trying to do a really good job of a podcast every week, we are improving.
That's all we can do.
And I think we're making a big improvement this week, which is a teaser for after I reveal where Chris is.
Okay.
So I got a Slack. Chris Chismore slacked me this week.
Incredible. An incredible form of communication, an incredible way to make you feel like your organization is organized when really it's a spaghetti salad of hell.
Yeah, and the big news was he integrated Slack with Chismundium.
No way.
Yeah. The messaging on Chismundium was
seamlessly integrated with Slack.
Yeah, seamlessly integrated with Slack now.
And for the listeners who maybe missed what Chismundium is, Tom, refresh us.
Chismundium is Dr. Chris Chismore's app.
Is his app
that he built.
And what does it do?
Well, it allows you to message fellow
now that
heterodox thinkers.
Hold on, we got to turn your mic down. Holy shit.
Okay.
Holy shit.
It's a safe space. Okay, now I just lost all.
That's okay.
Audio.
You should.
I can't hear anything.
That's okay. I stepped on your mic or something. Your headphone.
Okay. All right. But it's still.
Yeah,
okay.
It's because I haven't fixed it.
Yeah. No. Now I'm back. Okay, so yeah, it's a
an
safe
app,
space.
I don't really remember what it does.
It's a safe space for heterodox thinkers.
I don't know if it does much of anything. Canon-wise.
Yeah. Canon-wise, we're still discovering the possibilities and breadth of Chismundium. But I did get a message from Chris on Chismundium that he is actually in Mongolia this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Mongolian steppes.
Yeah, he's on the Mongolian steppes. He was commissioned by some of the nomadic tribes who still inhabit the steppe in Mongolia to make a longer horse. He
made eels longer at one time, and now he's moved on to the horse.
To the horses to make a 3 to 5 seater.
They I'm assuming it's a short. What am I trying to say? They had a limited number of horses, but a lot of number of guys who wanted to be on those horses.
Yeah, if you have a family similar, and you just got the same size horse for all size families, but if you have a longer horse, you can have
get more people on
people sitting on that
horse.
So
if you have a family and you only have one bike, you trade that bike for a tandem bike when you get a wife.
Exactly.
And then when she has a child, I guess you both have the child as well. Now that I'm hearing myself say it out loud.
Yeah.
Then you get a trike or a 3-person bike.
Yes,
Sidecar.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So that's where Dr. Chris Chismore is. Hopefully, we're praying that he's successful in breeding a longer horse. Also,
or stretching one out.
Yeah, figuring out how to stretch out a living horse instead of breeding a longer one. hoping that he can bring back some interesting tinctures and sauces that can be used by Randlemans.
I'd love some new scents.
Yeah.
And maybe a new way to use leather. I feel like they're doing some leather stuff out there that I haven't seen yet.
That would be great.
Well, I'm just so excited to get to, I'll say it, our first ever guest.
Yes. That was what I was teasing a mere 2.5 minutes ago.
I didn't even catch that. I was so distracted by everything I'm doing to keep this podcast afloat. My shoulders are just so strong. I'm like Atlas.
Yes, we do have our first guest on the podcast. He's a jazz expert.
Renowned jazz expert,
What?
Brian Heveron-Smith.
Oh, hey. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Good to be
Short
here.
notice.
I was just getting inspiration for some tunes. Biotin, pantothenic acid, riboflavin, niacin.
Cranking down that Celsius, that 200 milligrams of pure caffeine plus some other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brian and I are drinking some jazz juice to get in the mood for this week's episode.
And I didn't want to have any because I didn't want to have a panic attack live on camera.
I usually don't start these till 8 p.m. earlier.
Jesus Christ.
It's a jazz lifestyle.
Ooh, that does seem like you got to cut that heroin with something.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and as a jazz musician, you have to be incredibly active at night when most people are really sleepy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, God, yeah, gigs till 5 a.m.
Really? Have you ever done a gig till 5 a.m.?
I have.
Wow.
Yes.
Was it the gig of a lifetime? Do you remember it to this day?
I did it several times. It was a speakeasy in San Francisco. Actually, I think it went till 6 a.m.
What?
That's like a rave.
I remember getting home at like 7 from it.
Something of a rave. That's crazy. And you're playing the drums. You're a jazz drummer.
Yeah, jazz
But also,
drummer.
you can play jazz in other tongues.
You can play jazz in anything. Yeah.
You're right. You're a jazz expert.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, answer.
Oh. There's a
This is
little
about
jazz.
being kind of forward thinking, breaking boundaries.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is really good to hear.
Yeah. So there's not an instrument that I would, I brought this ocarina. No one's done ocarina on jazz. But
Really, nobody's ever done ocarina on jazz.
I don't think anyone's done ocarina on jazz.
Just hearing you do it, just hearing you do it now, and you did it on us on the podcast. It sounded jazzy.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
It sounds like a way it would introduce or like a good way to enter or exit a jazz song.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that even what you call a jazz, or is it more like a movement?
Do they have entrances and exits? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like,
A man
how
of
do you
stage.
enter a jazz movement? How do you exit a jazz movement? Or do they call them songs? They just kind of go on forever.
Yeah,
they
it's
call
tunes.
numbers.
It's tunes.
Tunes.
Okay,
And
a
you're
jazz
blowing over
tune.
tunes. You blow
That's
over tunes.
If I call it a number, you as a real head, I'm not one of you. It's a tune, not a number.
A number?
Ooh, play that number again.
Oh, a number. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if you're a crooner, you'd say number, but
A jazz singer.
yeah.
Is that the same thing as a crooner?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love how much lingo he's got.
Yeah. What's really
This is
interesting
incredible.
to me about this is, and when we're trying to optimize jazz
Well, and fix it ultimately.
in this hour, is there's so much interesting lingo in jazz, and why is that? Do you think?
Because it's such a kind of what's the word when something's not, you can't put it into words. It's like
Ineffable.
and
Ethereal.
exactly. Yeah,
Ethereal.
It's an ethereal art form. So because it you can't really analyze it. It's just flowing through the world. And
Right.
So you got to make up your own kind of lingo to go.
People are taking stabs at it. They're throwing. Well, I think I've said this, but they're throwing spaghetti at the wall, spaghetti at the fridge. Where I don't know what you're throwing spaghetti at.
Yeah, or even just like whatever pasta.
Just seeing what. Yeah. But seeing what sticks, seeing what works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I before we get too down the rabbit hole of interviewing our guest, I do want to. The issue here is that jazz needs fixing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I would love to know what. Well, do you guys have any thoughts about what the issue is with jazz? Because personally, I could kick it off and say it doesn't seem quite as popular. It seemed like it was in its heyday. Jazz comes out, people are going crazy. They're going wild
crazy.
for it. They never heard anything like it.
Yeah.
It's number one with a bullet for decades.
Yeah.
And now here we are, and it's art school stuff.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
Yeah, I have a lot of
What other
problems with
issue-
jazz. I
Well,
have
I
a
know.
lot of improvements that I hope we cover in this episode. But yeah, I think I've got a lot of problems with jazz as a heterodox thought leader myself. I think there's a lot of ways we can modernize and fix jazz to bring it into 2025. Monetize it.
Monetize
the
it.
cat just
The cat just
straight up fell off the back.
I would say Little Kitty Baby's playing jazz with the couch.
Yes. I think I have a lot of issues with jazz. I think one of the issues that we kind of touched on is like, why does it always got to be at night?
It's always at night.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I bet we'll find many issues with jazz. Those are some of the big ones to you and I. I'm curious what you as a jazz musician yourself, what are some of the greatest shortcomings of jazz, the biggest issues facing jazz?
I think one big issue, not with jazz, but around jazz and in the world, is there's too many other types of music. You got to start banning other musics.
That's a really good idea.
That is a really important thought.
What would you start with?
Right off the top of my head, I'd ban EDM.
EDM?
Yeah.
Electronic dance music.
Yeah, I think that it's lowering the child birth rate. The birth rate.
People staying up all night on ecstasy, Molly, speed.
Exactly. They're not.
I guess one of those is a combination.
They're not reaching orgasm.
They're not coming.
Yeah, and if they do, they can only do it on whatever these hard drugs.
Right.
Yeah, jazz. That is a good point, and kind of one of the upsides of jazz is that jazz was kind of the original, fucking music. It made people horny. Famously, a lot of people had sex to jazz, and as men, we want to increase the birth rate as much as we can.
And we get jazz back in the bedroom.
Yes.
Then we got kids back in the streets.
Yes.
You notice there's no children around anymore.
Yeah. There's also that classic feel, of like, you don't want to walk into the bedroom and turn on EDM. You're right, Brian. It's too much. It's the BPM. You don't want to jackhammer. You want to make sweet love.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe naturally jazz will just come right back around? People.
No.
I feel like pop culture is kind of collapsing. Everything's kind of sounding the same. Country sounds the same as hip hop. Sounds the same as pop music.
I don't think so. I think we need to force it.
I
agree.
I think rules and regulations need to be put into place around musics that are not, enhancing sex.
I
agree. I like
really
that. Yeah.
Classical music out. I'd say way out. Maybe that'd be the first for me.
Oh yeah.
Gone.
Classical music, EDM.
Really, if they're playing it on NPR, and I don't mean the interstitial music, it's got to go.
Oh wait.
Actually, maybe any of the are they playing jazz on NPR?
Jazz on the interstitial music.
Okay.
Or they used to when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
They're playing Fortet now. Every now and then you'll catch
This is
like an Explosions in the Sky song. I'm sorry.
This is an item of jazz that I brought. It's the student concert from June 29th, 2001 from the Skidmore
Brian,
Jazz Institute.
Tell us more about
some
of your credentials as a jazz musician. Why should people
Skidmore Jazz Institute,
I guess, revere you?
Oh yeah.
And your opinions on jazz.
Let's see. Let's look at a name here.
Another
Do you
item
know
of
who
jazz.
Alexander Asher is?
Wow, no idea. Let's look.
Yeah, I don't remember that kid, but here's one. Unfortunately, this is sad. He's going to be out of
the Skidmore Jazz Institute.
But Joseph Saylor drums.
I mean, that sounds jazzy. That sounds quite highfalutin.
The Colbert's Tonight Show band.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow!
Holy shit.
Yeah. The whole time, the whole tenure of Colbert.
It's been jazz this whole time.
It's been jazz this whole time. From Joe Saylor. He was in a combo with my buddy Frank.
A combo. Now, what does that mean?
Oh, God, of course. Yeah, the lingo. Combo. A jazz combo is basically just a small jazz ensemble.
1, 2, 3, 4 guys.
Yeah, maybe 5, yeah.
Maybe
Combo.
5.
Let me see.
What's a large jazz ensemble called?
A jazz ensemble.
I think you just said it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not as exciting as I thought.
It's okay.
Well, you could call it a big band.
Big band,
that's
yep,
fun.
yeah.
When you say big band, I think it sounds like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a big. Yeah, you kind of nailed it right there.
So you attended the Skidmore Jazz Institute.
I was at the Skidmore Jazz Institute with Joseph Saylor, with Troy Andrews. Do you know who, AKA Trombone Short?
Oh
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's so funny because I actually have heard of Trombone Shorty, and I know him. He's a very successful jazz musician.
When I hear you guys say that, I think I've heard of him when I went to visit Preservation Hall in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That sounds like an old jazz head. It is.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was at Preservation Hall. Yeah.
Wait, I'm so confused. This is a guy who's currently alive?
Trombone Shorty? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And you
He's
studied
like our
with
age.
both of these guys.
No. We were all kids together, growing up.
Kids together.
Yeah.
Did you study?
I studied, but not with those were my peers. I went a different route. You know, I kind of
Okay.
did more my own thing. You know, I'm on this podcast. You know,
For free on a Sunday afternoon?
Yeah. You're on Goober. They decided to become successful jazz musicians,
Trombone
and you
Shorty.
decided to come on a jazz podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say, we can come out with it now. It's been a jazz podcast the whole time.
And are you saying all along as in today or the whole?
The whole cycle.
Holy crap! Does Chris Crismore know?
Chris Chismore. I think if he's listening, he knows based on how free and loose we are with the concepts and the technology.
Yeah.
And really every aspect. He knows those boys are doing jazz over there.
Yeah, I think that's another a little bit of one of my problems about jazz is that there are no rules surrounding it. So people
Sure.
are like, "Oh yeah, it's all jazz. It's all jazz." You know, and I'm like, "Well, what do you mean by that?"
Right, what
people
is-
are saying, "Oh, jazz isn't just the notes; it's the space between the notes," and that to me makes no sense. As a thought leader, I'm thinking, no, that music is the notes, the space between the notes. What the fuck is that? How am I supposed to approach that as a music enjoyer?
Well, and as a man, how do you approach something that's nothing? You know,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that's irrelevant to us.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. And I think that's if everything is jazz, then what is jazz? I guess is my
And
question.
what isn't jazz?
Yeah, and what isn't jazz?
Right.
So-
Do you have a good hard definition for jazz yourself, personally?
I want to circle back to
Okay,
that
okay,
because
okay.
I think we're just tapping into something,
Okay,
which is
interesting.
that maybe
I love having an expert around.
a way we could really start to fix and focus jazz is to start taking out the parts that aren't the notes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where jazz went wrong.
Remove the silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things aren't
So that it's all notes.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Oops, all notes.
Oops, all notes. Streamline it. Streamline that sucker.
Yeah, that would make jazz way more approachable, knowing that there's not going to be any pauses. There's not going to be too many solos
There's
here.
not gonna be
It's
time
gonna
for me to wonder whether or not it's still being jazz.
Yeah.
I'll know. The notes will guide me.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's an absolutely incredible idea.
So do nonstop notes. Make it all just more focused, streamlined, shorter.
I think we might be inventing math rock right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like where this is going though, because I think that another one of my issues with jazz is that because it's so loose and free form that you don't know when a jazz a number starts and when
Right.
it ends, and then it's like, oh, are they still warming up? Oh no, they've been playing for 2.5 hours.
I thought they were tuning.
Yeah, I thought they were tuning their stuff. So if jazz musicians would announce, we're starting a song, we're
Right.
tuning up. We're
seen
starting
a
a
few,
song.
I've seen a few do that, and it helps guide
Does
you
it
through
help
the
the
night. Oh, it makes
experience?
you feel comfortable.
Do you tend to do that when you play jazz? Do you say, "Hey, everyone, I'm warming up now," or "Hey, I'm about to start"?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna get right up on the mic and say, hey, look,
Here,
this tune is starting, and then as soon as we hit the end, this tune has just ended.
so that's the end of the song. Tune.
Yeah, tune.
Call that
That's
out.
the end of the
Song.
tune. I love that.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're innovating in a way. The jazz needs to be listening to you. The jazz community.
Can I?
Do you like when people sit in the back of the audience and holler out, "Let the drummer get a little"?
I do. I love that. I don't know if my bandmates always love that.
Well, what if somebody was maybe just a bit drunk and having a good time, and they were yelling that, maybe constantly over the course of an hour or so? Hey, let the drummer get a little. You wouldn't be upset with that,
Yeah,
friend.
No, I
Yeah.
would be upset with that, friend.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that is another issue of jazz. It can be very stuffy, so that if you wanted the drummer to get a little,
Let him get a
it's
little.
not exactly a safe space to shout out, "Let the drummer get a little," like Griffin was saying.
I think there needs to be a little bit of space for playing around in jazz. It's quite stuffy.
Yeah, we're almost at odds with, but I think you're right. There's two things can be true. It's stuffy. It's become stuffy. It's gotten away from its roots where anything could happen, and yet we need the audience to know what's going on.
You don't want to lose people.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be having fun up there, but you don't want them to feel like you're just staring into your
Yeah.
own
Well,
belly.
we're not
button.
inviting them to the party anymore, right?
Yeah.
It used to be
Right.
everyone, show up, bring your it's like a potluck, you know.
Yeah.
Bring your beans, whatever. Audience can have beans.
Bring a chair. Bring
Bring a chair.
beans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, chair could be beans.
Chair, beans,
Right.
Celsius.
Yeah.
That's jazz. That's a jazz night.
So, Brian, when you go to a gig, like, where do most of these take place? Because for me, anytime I've seen jazz, it's like low ceiling, cabaret,
Smoky.
can't fit that many people. It's never outside. Is that pretty typical of most jazz gigs?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can
it could
jazz
be.
be
It could be on the bay. It could be at a bar on the bay.
On the bay.
On the
Okay.
bay.
That sounds
Yeah,
nice.
Jazz
it could
at
be
the
on the
bay.
lake on the bay. But generally, yeah, my favorite my favorite hit I ever did was Moe's Cigar Bar in Rochester, New York. And Mo had I mean, we can't smoke indoors anymore. But whatever.
Wow, it really upsets him. As
Yeah,
a real
no,
jazz
I-
head, that he doesn't like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's just all these laws we don't need. Mo had a cigar bar, and it would be Thursday night hits, jazz jam. It was just a good time, and there were tons of people crammed into this little cigar bar. You'd leave smelling like cigars. It was awesome.
And you could be smoking a cigar and listening to jazz.
Yeah, and playing jazz. You could be at the drums, with the stogie in.
Just
maybe
fucking buzzing. You got that tobacco buzz. You're slamming the drums. You're fucking shitting your pants because of all the nicotine. Damn.
Oh, it
I'm
was
imagining.
You're making me get back into jazz.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ebbing and flowing. I'm out of jazz. I'm back into jazz, and this is really bringing me back into jazz right here.
This is
Absolutely.
good.
That's
This
what
is
we
good.
need.
I'm imagining the saxophone players or any of the brass guys who just got they got their cigars
Oh,
in
yeah.
the bells of the tuba.
Oh yeah.
Are there tubas in jazz? How they got to let them get a little smoke, Tom. Let the tuba guy you get chomped down on the cigar. No, it's not just for the drummer.
Yeah, oh, they got a big old mouthpiece, and you can fit a little cigar in there. Small stoke.
Small stove. Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
nice.
Oh damn! See,
Corner.
I was kind of picturing like the trombone shorty having like a big cigar and putting it at the end,
Yeah.
sticking it in, and then doing one long
Yep,
pull and
yep.
smoking the entire cigar in one pull
So
because
they
he's
can-
got the trombone. Yeah.
They can do that. It's like sort of like a gravity bong situation.
Yeah, gravity
But
bong.
also, you could get it on whatever the little handle part is that's coming back and forth, and you can kind of just have it on the side, and you're going, you're just getting a little hit every couple of notes.
Every time, every
know?
time you pull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go boop, 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 and then boop, 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 boop,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you
like-
could smoke 4 or 5 cigars per
per
number.
tune.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna enhance the
Your eyes are
jazz.
vibrating red.
God,
That's the trouble with cigars is sometimes you can't get through enough of them in a day.
I one time in college for Halloween I dressed up as Groucho Marx, and I thought it was hysterical to have 3 cigars, and I went and got 3 real cigars.
No, you-
and we just walked around this
You lit
party.
them, dude.
3 cigars. I felt pretty sick pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I turned them off. I
Gotta
put
get
them
back
out.
to that though.
What's that now?
3 cigars in the mouth. We should all be doing more of that.
I wish I had known cigars were so integral to jazz. I would have gotten some and said to hell with the land owner, or what am I call it? The landlord.
Yeah, I meant to bring a fake one.
Oh,
Damn, I
that's
should have
okay.
brought some real ones. I was legit gonna maybe go home and smoke a cigar after this.
well,
Now this is making me okay. So
put
we
on some
already have
Coltrane and you're there.
yeah, we have 2 great improvements optimizations for jazz
Yeah.
already. We have number 1, let people know when it's starting, when it's stopping, what's going on. Number 2, smoking. We need to bring smoking back into jazz, more substances, because jazz musicians famously love drugs, love substances.
Of heroin.
I think getting that back into jazz it would make it horny again, and help bring the birth rate back up.
Yeah, no Molly, but other substances, yes.
Yeah,
Weed,
absolutely.
Big weed heads.
Yeah.
Oh my.
The jazz cigarettes. That's where the
Jazz
term.
cigarettes.
Jazz cigarettes, devil's lettuce. Yeah.
Do you notice out of all the traditional drugs, which one is most popular among jazz musicians? Do you think so?
It's still weed.
Still weed.
It's still
Yeah.
weed. But yeah, I mean, we got to get back to I think heroin,
A little bit
really.
of heroin.
Really. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's when jazz was like popping.
Yeah.
At first,
yeah.
it was
That's
strung
when-
out.
who was
Weed.
doing a bunch of heroin? Who were the big heroin heads? Is Charlie Parker a big
Charlie
heroin head?
Parker, yeah, he was a big heroin addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chet Baker was a big heroin guy. Oh, all of them were.
What would, as a jazz musician, like, what do you think heroin does for jazz artists?
I don't know.
While they're playing,
it seems like it just kind of makes you suffer in your life.
It seems quite like it'd be quite difficult to operate at all.
Yeah.
Jazz
You're just
seems
nodding
fairly
off,
complicated.
I think. I've never done it, but
Yeah, like weed to me is just like, that's like A to B. That's like weed seems like it would be
Hands
Gatorade
in
for
hand.
jazz
Yeah,
musicians. It's like you
Weed is
simply
Gatorade for jazz music.
yeah.
it really is.
Yeah, like you cannot be an athlete expending sweating doing all this stuff if you're not getting some electrolytes. Like you cannot be a jazz musician unless you have like THC just pumping through your veins, you know?
I would tour with this swing band back in the day when I was like 24, and it would be play the set one. Okay, it's fine, it's whatever, it's pretty good. Everyone goes on their their smoke break, smokes their jazz cigarettes. Set 2 is just off to the races.
Really?
Ooh.
So much better.
That's the better one.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Oof.
That's what it's all
fun.
about.
That just got me, again, just a big hit of excitement about jazz. I want to go to the Baked Potato and see the second set.
Yeah.
That seems stuffy, though. Are they? Second set? Baked Potato.
Baked potato. I've never been. You been?
I've never been. I've wanted to go. But I don't know if it seems like that's where people are. That Baked Potato, I get the sense, might be one of the problems with jazz.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a problem. I think a solution is General Lee's Tuesday night. I don't even know if I should be saying this, but let's go to General Lee's on a Tuesday night.
It's incredible.
Is it? Okay.
It's incredible. Those kids are for sure doing a little bit of heroin every now and then.
Okay.
And they're children, and they're blasting jazz. Oh my God, I've never felt like anybody was blasting jazz at me.
Let's go to General Lee.
Yeah,
Generally, and there's another spot down the street. Chinatown's got it going on with jazz.
Yeah. Chinatown might be fixing. Well, look, not to get back to what we always come back to, but yeah, China's fixing things where things are broken here.
Are
China's fixing
there?
things weird.
Are there? Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard of like Chinese jazz musicians. Really, any Asian influence.
That was one of my
in
big
jazz.
questions I wrote down.
What?
Does Japan have jazz? And if so, how did they get them? Do the Japanese have jazz?
Loves jazz as much as they love baseball, and
Cool.
they are going to take it over as they're going to take over baseball. I mean, they're incredible jazz musicians over there.
So how did that happen? Because jazz, I assume it's been in Japan for quite a while then.
Yeah.
So are they hearing it on the radio and they're deconstructing it and then reconstructing it, much like,
Yeah, I think so.
or is it like, are people going over there and showing them? Are we getting...
I think, the greats have always gone over there and played their little butts off, and then,
You can watch them.
you can watch them and take that jazz in, and the
That's
jazz
incredible.
comes back out of you.
The transmission of jazz is really just around the globe is a very interesting concept to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was so prolific in other countries. I just assumed it was a uniquely American thing, and that
It was.
it was.
It was.
Jazz. Oh, I feel like I'm in West Africa. Wow.
There we go.
I feel like I feel like what's the genre of jazz that's all it means nostalgia.
It means nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're onto something.
It's maybe just called nostalgia, but this is reminding me of
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of vibe. Ooh, I like
yeah,
that.
like I see what you mean. There's that song on Spotify that just got shoved to every like millennial in LA.
Wait,
And
the
it-
Ethiopian jazz?
Yeah, the Ethiopian
Yeah,
jazz.
Ethiopian jazz, yeah.
Incredible. That album's so good.
Yeah, it's an excellent album.
What
Not a
is it called?
single
Like it starts with a T.
LA hipster millennial that I know does not have it on their
Truly,
Spotify.
anybody listening
Yeah.
to this knows, except for us right now, just because we can't think of it. It's whatever.
You know what? An interesting thing about that to me too is it's like it is so much. Sounds like to me a baseball organ.
Absolutely. Well, jazz and baseball. That's
Oh,
what we,
yeah.
That's what we do in the States. That's what we got to get back to. And I can eat.
That's maybe a good way to blend it.
Wait, no, sorry. You guys know this one?
Oh yeah, I know this one.
And you're saying that itself is jazz.
That's more baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's more.
Yeah, that's more baseball.
But do you think we could jazz that up for
There's jazz
the
in-
baseball players? Because baseball, I think, is it's maybe having a little bit of a comeback, but it's also having quite a hard time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
could
could.
maybe
That's a
talk
whole
about-
other episode. I know you got to get a baseball expert
But-
on, but
Maybe we can hand in hand partner up and help each other.
Yeah. Well, I was.
Listen. This is a face people make when they're getting really good at jazz or listening to good jazz. They go,
Oh, yeah. Oh, great jazz face. Great jazz face.
my friend Dylan is an incredible jazz drummer, as you are as well, and he makes that face when he's playing. He's going fucking nuts on the drums. He goes,
Ooh, I love a jazz
It's
face.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your jazz face?
Let's see.
yeah.
Just riding that.
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah.
You're trying to get it there.
Get me up there.
You want the audience to come along with you,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a little sexual.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Burn a lot of calories with the jazz face.
Jazzing it up.
Yeah, it's actually, that can create a calorie deficit. In a good way.
Which is a good way to shred.
Good way to shred.
Well, wait, wow, the kitten is just hiding behind Tom. I love this.
Yeah, the kitten's really interacting with me.
The
a lot this
genre
episode.
is, the song is called Tezeta by Mulatu Atstatke,
And that means nostalgia.
and that, I believe, means nostalgia.
And just like Randall means yum in Sausanese.
Just like Randallman's
Yeah.
means yum in Sausanese.
Just like Randleman's means yum in Sausanese.
Brian, yeah, since we have
it's just us saying that for the next 30 minutes.
since we found a seamless ad break for the Randleman Skycam, do you have a favorite Randleman sauce?
Oh, the bolognese, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They make
the
an
power bolognese.
The what?
The power bolognese.
The power bolognese.
yeah, Randleman's Power Bolognese.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yes, it's hot sauce. It is hot sauce for real still.
Randleman's Power Bolognese.
The way we do it, it's fucking hot sauce. They start screaming.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I forgot
Power
about the
Bolognese.
Randleman's Rage.
Yeah, Randleman's Rage. Yeah, so I'm glad we found that song. I think you touched on another excellent thread here, a really important thought, is that if we started incorporating things like "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," little snippets throughout jazz numbers and tunes that would hook them in and say, "Oh, they're playing 'Take Me Out to the Ball Game.' Oh, okay, yeah, I can approach this. This is approachable."
Things they
and then
recognize.
it leads into the rest of jazz, and people are like, "Whoa, I never knew 'Take Me Out to the Ball Game' was this long." You know. And they're like, "Oh, there's so much more to Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
And then it's a concert.
And it's really the concert.
Develops out of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah, and then you can kind of show people that,
Don't be so afraid.
Yeah, don't be so afraid. There are things in here that you
So
like.
so just recapping a little bit, we're going to give people a little morsel, a little breadcrumb of here's something recognizable that'll get you back into the jazz. There's not much else to listen to because we've one by one outlawed most other forms of music unless they are you can justify that they're jazz in some way or jazz related. Have we done any other big? Oh, we're taking most of the space out.
Yeah, only Oops All Notes.
Oops All Notes is one long fluid, snake of notes. Do we have any other optimizations so far? We've discovered quite a lot.
Yeah. We're telling people when we're warming up and when we're starting and ending.
We're announcing the jazz. Announce the jazz. Somebody needs to put all this down on a
Maybe
T-shirt.
Actually, maybe that. Maybe we just have someone to make it really efficient. Someone off to the side that's their whole job.
like a stenographer.
Yeah.
Or,
But
to announce.
I
What's
guess
the-
to announce. I mean,
I see.
like
A
kind
jazz
of like
MC.
an MC, but but they're just saying, okay, the song is done now, right? So then the jazz
Yeah.
musicians can focus on the jazz, and we have the person on the side.
I like that.
And they could be
special-
called the Cool Cat.
the cool cat.
Yeah,
looking for the
it's-
kitty.
Any jazz. There used to be a jazz musician that I did. There was a jazz band in the back of a comedy show I did, who I became very good friends with, and he used to call everyone cats. He'd be like, "Yeah, that cat's crazy."
A real jazz cat.
A real jazz cat, and their band was called the Hung Cats. And going back to weed, they would like smoke so much weed before the show, after the show, and like they would warm up, and you'd be like, "Yeah, this sounds good," and then they'd hotbox their fucking Scion or what's the little
That's a
cube,
Scion.
the Scion cube.
Yeah.
He'd hotbox the Scion cube, and he'd come back, and then they would just go absolutely wild, just like you were saying.
He starts with a normal saxophone. He hotboxes. Comes back with a baritone sax.
Yeah, and just goes absolutely wild. And
Oh.
they would like play like, or the show would need to start like, and they'd play like 15 minutes into where the show was supposed to start, and like the audience would be into it, and we'd all just be like, "Yeah, we're not gonna stop them." they're on one. You know,
Oh, like they would keep going into when the improv show is supposed to start.
It's like the show was supposed to start like 10 minutes ago, but
they're
the
just
hung
going
cats are just
wild.
going so wild. We're not going to stop them.
That's the most Chicago thing I think I've heard about in a while.
Yeah, but anyway, he always called people cats, and I thought that was really endearing.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Jazz lingo. So maybe we could work on I'd say getting some of this jazz lingo out in the world.
Yeah.
It's keeping people out. You know, there's lots of jargon.
Yeah, I was thinking we maybe need some new lingo, but I think you're right. That
think a blend.
it's actually keep the lingo, just spread it out.
Get it out. I think a
Get
blend
it
could
into
work,
Taylor
though.
Swift songs. There's a lot of Swifties who don't know jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, if we get the Swifties, I think if we could get them into some jazz lingo, they're using it to describe Taylor. Maybe we're borrowing some Taylor stuff. That's now a jazz. Is there Taylor Swift lingo we could repurpose for jazz?
I don't know much about the
Yas.
Swiftie Nation.
I don't know if people are saying yas to Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Woohoo! Get it, girl. Maybe that's
It's like Taylor, Tay Tay. They
Tay
say.
Tay.
Yeah.
Ooh, somebody
Tay-Tay.
does a fucking mean upright bass solo. Oh, he's getting Tay Tay with it. Oh, goddamn, he's getting Tay Tay with it.
You don't
When
feel
they're
like
doing
that would be pandering
No, it's
to the Swifties. Just saying, in jazz we call
no
stuff we like
because
Tay-Tay.
Listen, they're not going to know about it, and when they find out about it, they're going to be like, "We say the same thing.
Well, we both say Tay
we
Tay.
both say Tay
Yeah,
Tay."
okay. Brian, you said you had some new ideas for lingo. What are some new jazz terms you've been experimenting with? Do you have any to debut?
Well, bebop is an old one, so maybe
cowboy
we just
bebop is all I know about.
cowboy bebop. Yeah, that's
What's bebop? Give me a
Bebop is
make it with your. Holy shit! That is fucking awful.
no. All right. I was really a drummer. Okay, this is bebop.
Okay.
Whoa! Another item of jazz.
He's like the Mary Poppins of jazz, just pulling shit out of his bag.
Oh.
Oh, and actually, it works with it on it.
A new type of jazz.
Ooh. See, you don't know what can happen in jazz. That is so sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was
Whoa.
actually incredible to watch. So it's sort of the rhythm you're doing there is feeling that's a little bit bebop.
Yeah, the rhythm. Yeah,
It feels like
Damn.
Cowboy Bebop. When you started playing that, I started thinking about the characters
Oh.
from Cowboy Bebop.
What's the character name?
Well, there's a dog named Einstein, and that's the only one I remember.
So maybe Einstein could be a lingo?
Yeah.
Or Ein?
Get the anime heads into.
Get the anime heads
Do,
involved.
do we want anime heads into jazz?
We have to do an episode of anime because anime, Tom, your mind's gonna be blown. It could be incredible.
Why
Do we want-
I keep hearing this about anime.
I can't hear it.
I can't. What?
I can't hear you that well because I have headphones on and you don't have our headphones aren't connected to your microphone. So my impulse was to shove my mic into your face so I could hear you. Say it again.
I keep hearing this about anime, that it's like this amazing thing that's gonna blow my mind. What is this? And it's from all ages. It's from boomers and millennials and the other generations.
It's been
Brian,
around
I'm
a while.
with you. I'm with you on this.
It's some of it's quite bad, and some of it your presuppositions about it, your prejudgments are spot on. So some of it's just seems like it was written by and for teenagers.
Yeah.
But if you can find something, they're able to get away with the art of filmmaking and television making in a way they're getting away with incredible things, wild things that you've never seen before. And when it lands right, it's like watching a figure skater land a triple spin.
And I'm realizing, Tom, me and you might just be, we might be viewing this the way much of the world views jazz.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a great
exactly.
point. Yeah.
Because we're,
So-
yeah.
Baseball,
Baseball.
anime, jazz need to team up. It sounds like we just need to go to Japan, but
Yeah, actually.
we need to team them up.
Figure out what they're doing.
Figure out what they're doing. I think anime probably has a lot more fans than baseball or jazz. I think it's maybe leading the pack a little bit.
Okay.
I think it's helping everybody up. This is a great idea. Nobody's excited about it.
I'll check it out.
The idea of anime is what you're saying.
I'm saying somehow listen. I'm just brainstorming here.
You're
Somehow
riffing.
we need to get the world of anime involved with jazz a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Cowboy Bebop's doing a lot. You watch Cowboy Bebop, you'll both like
Still,
jazz.
Okay.
that was from like 30 years ago, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
still you can still watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It'll get you into jazz and it'll get you into anime.
Okay.
That's interesting. I feel like one thing that you touched on there, Griffin, that I guess has been a hurdle of jazz to me a majority of my life is that like I didn't really start to appreciate or even like jazz at all until I was well into adulthood.
Yeah.
And even then I was kind of like, this is okay. But as a teenager,
refined.
Yeah, if like we could find a way to make jazz for like kids,
jazz
for teens, like have jazz at every stage.
Yeah,
we could
I will
raise
say
kids.
you genuinely have to see it live, right? You
Oh,
do.
it's
What?
like improv.
You do?
You do.
I didn't know. I've never heard
Okay,
this.
so that's why like just listening to jazz like on a record is not as good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
pretty equivalent to watching an improv set live.
or like a stand-up maybe, or live, live theater.
yeah.
Interesting. I've never heard this.
Yeah,
Why is
neither have
this?
I've never heard a jazz musician say that. I mean, obviously live jazz is awesome, but I've never heard a jazz musician just be like, yeah, it really isn't meant to be listened to on a record.
Is this how you got into jazz? Somebody took you to a jazz show as a teen boy?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Do you remember? Tell us about the experience.
Yeah, I mean, it was a night where they had like a bunch of different touring jazz musicians at like one of our local theaters, and
That's incredible.
I remember like there were like 4 or 5 different drummers like rotating for different tunes.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh my god, like seeing them do it live. I was like, because I had started playing rock drums and stuff like that, but then you're just seeing someone and you're like, what? I want to do that.
It sounds sort of like a circus act. They're rotating the drummers in and out.
Yeah.
They're kind of flying. The drummers especially are flying around.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
It blew my mind.
Personally, I've had glances with jazz. I've been much sort of like magic. I got really into the idea of it, but never had the discipline to follow through. I don't know if I definitely didn't get into it as a teen. But I think I had that experience
As an adult?
as an adult somewhere. Yeah, see, it's mostly centered around the jazz drummer. It just always looked like the coolest fucking thing to be able to do that. They're going all over the place.
Yeah.
I took some drum lessons from a friend in Chicago, my friend Dylan, and then I just never practiced outside of the lesson.
Yeah.
In high school, I started playing guitar, and I thought jazz guitar sounded cool, and the jazz band, they were so fucking good at my school.
Yeah.
And so I showed up to the like their auditions or whatever, not knowing even how to read music, and they just gave me like a bunch of sheet music, and they said, "Come back in, comp these chords, you can do it." And I just like, what does comp these chords even mean? I gave up right there.
They threw the lingo at you right away.
Do you know what comping these chords
this
is, Brian?
Not for me.
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't tell which part of the comping of them.
Well, there's other stuff going on. I'm just doing the comp.
The craziest thing is every time we've asked Brian to explain a jazz term, he does not use words and he just does it with sound.
Like you said, ethereal, ineffable.
Yeah.
Jazz.
This is like I don't think I could have written this. It's so funny.
So I don't know what you were showing me there. I'm still as ignorant to comping.
Well, comping
What does
is
that mean?
Someone else is generally soloing. The rhythm section is, the drummer's playing time, what we call it's time.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding,
What, they
ding.
call it time.
Yeah, and then
So
the
that's something we
chords,
can
you're
use.
comping chords, which means you're interjecting in between the solos. So the solo's going. Yeah.
I knew I had it in me. I
Griff-
thought my musical career was dead, but I knew I got something in
Griffin
me.
goes immediately drives to fucking Nashville, Tennessee, goes back to his high school.
Hey, motherfucker, watch this. Okay, you guys, you start playing some stuff solo. You screaming at a teen. You solo on the saxophone, and then I just go. Hey, let the drummer get a little. The police show up. I barricade myself in the fucking music room. Put a trombone against the door. Screaming at the children. Make it sound like a snake. No spaces in. No. Constant notes.
To not only start copying the chords, but then you start yelling to let the drummer get a little.
The drummer's scared out of his mind. The kid needs confidence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get him confidence. Those kids, I say that now. The kids who were playing in the jazz band at my high school, they were really confident. at least around that. God damn, they were good as children.
Children doing that. That's
Where do they get the time to? How are they learning this? It seems incredibly complicated. It seems harder to learn than any other or any other type of music.
yeah.
If I had
Usually
a-
you're not going to your classes when you get into jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's maybe an idea: is the learning curve for jazz. Maybe we can lower that. Maybe we can make jazz a little bit more accessible to the wannabe jazz musician like myself or Tom.
Yeah, that's an excellent question, Brian.
Look
In your
at the
opinion,
kitty.
is jazz hard to learn?
Yeah, I think so. But you know what? A way we could fix it, like you're saying, let's make it easier to learn. Let's
Right.
make it more like a Taylor Swift song.
But I think on your guitars, on your pianos, you put those notes a little closer together when you're writing the jazz tunes.
Yeah.
Don't make me have to reach back and forth.
Yeah,
Make strange
yeah.
shapes. I'm always having to do inside chords. I'm having to do diminished ninths and shit. I don't even remember what that is.
Let's
Don't
make
me do
jazz
that.
just like yeah.
That's power chords.
Power
Jazz
chord-
needs
oh.
power chords.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
easy to play. Kids are getting into punk rock.
Yeah.
You know how the kids are getting into punk rock?
Yeah.
Kid wants to play the guitar. They learn, three chords.
Yeah, let's get the
Let's make those chords jazz chords.
yeah. Oh, so we just swap the chords. There we go.
Just use them a little bit.
Yeah.
They're not using them.
Give the jazz chords currently over to EDM, punk rock.
Get that out of here.
Give the punk rock chords to jazz.
Get your major sevenths, your diminished ninths, your flat five, whatever the fuck. Get it out of there.
Get it out of there. We'll just do a chord swap and then
Give that to Caribou and Kieran Hebden.
Yeah, I feel like I've completely lost.
I
you
just
guys are
did it.
starting-
I
you guys
just
are-
did it. I was doing jazz guy lingo.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
You're
My-
talking about diminished ninths and porting over jazz chords
Port it over.
from punk rock chords, and me, I'm full on static in the brain.
You wish you had those cigars.
Yeah. I'm just like I'm totally removed.
well,
I
that's
might be
okay. You could be, in this situation, you brought a chair, right?
Yeah.
As
You
we-
have cigars.
You have cigars.
Yeah.
Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, maybe that's as a jazz audience member, I don't need to try and get it so much. I think that's like a big part of like why I've never liked jazz is because I think there's something to be got.
Yeah.
And there really isn't. You're just
Just let it
supposed to
go.
kind of like enjoy it and be like, yeah, these guys are. I'm supposed to watch this live. These guys are just jamming, and I don't need to think too hard about it. I just need to smoke weed so I can hear more notes.
To be honest, I think even better than weed is take mushrooms.
Wow, really?
Yeah, take magic mushrooms and go to a jazz concert live, and oof. Then you'll realize you don't need to get anything, but you'll also get it all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Magic mushrooms, they're not just for business ideas anymore.
Yeah.
They're for
they're
listening
not-
to jazz.
Use them at the jazz incubator.
They're not just for thinking of features of Chismundium. New ways Chismundium
It's-
can innovate
it's-
within the space.
They're for realizing the jazz was within you the whole time.
Yeah.
And also so was the Chismundium.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Dr. Chris would. I mean, I'm sure he's
He's probably a
shrooms.
jazz
Yeah.
aficionado.
Have you ever played with Dr. Chris or for Dr. Chris?
I
Chismore
played
before?
for him. Yeah. In an art gallery. Does he own a gallery somewhere in Mississippi or something? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes. Oh, yes. You played at the annual Good Doctor's Ball.
Yes. At the gallery. Yeah. Yeah,
believe in
I played that.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, Jackson.
With
Or maybe it was Natchez. I don't remember.
wait, what was the other? Is where?
Natchez.
I think it's in Natchez.
Natchez.
Because I remember I played with Tony Saporelli.
Tony Saporelli
Saporelli.
at the Good Doctor's Ball in Natchez, Mississippi.
Yeah.
That's maybe the title of a jazz song.
Yeah.
That
Good
kinda has
Doctor's
that
Ball.
ring to it.
At the Good Doctor's Ball.
At the Good Doctor's Ball.
Damn, that I can just picture being in that room. I mean, the amount of minds and thoughts in that room, and to just be drumming away for all those thought leaders.
Oh yeah, because you're
must-
getting their energy.
Right.
You're like hearing their idea. You're feeling their ideas. Right. There's just so many thoughts. floating
Feedback
around.
back and forth.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't played a gig in years. Things are bad.
Things are bad, but that's what I'm saying. We gotta get the industry going.
Jazz is
your
really
sake.
in need of being optimized, and I think I think we're on to a lot of promising thoughts here.
Yes. I had a random thought and it wasn't worth mentioning.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, I just was visited by a vision, and I think, the picture you just drew for us of the Good Doctor's Ball in Natchez, Mississippi, was reminding me that the setting of where you're taking in the jazz. You're seeing it live. That's probably the best main vein. Get me into it. But I think also the atmosphere of the room, if it's right, I think that can help you click. I think I had a big jazz click moment at Old Town Ale House in Chicago, where it's about approaching 3 a.m. It smells like an old man's diaper, and everybody's drinking pitchers of beer, and the jukebox is loaded up with jazz, and it's like raining outside, and it was very romantic Chicago. I think it was like playing a Coltrane album. I actually don't know what it was, but it felt nice.
Yeah, that's when you mentioned jazz on the bay earlier. I was like, there's really no better place, for jazz than like a foggy bay, or like a cave,
a hazy room, a foggy bay.
Yeah,
Like cave. I like that. Let's get jazz in cave.
Yeah, I feel like that would bring in a new audience too, because you got the acoustics, it's dark, it's always night, even during the day. Even during the day, it's night in a cave.
Whoa.
That was Dr. Mingo Salvatore first coined that.
That common phrase. Even during the day, and we lost the jazz camera. I'll turn it on one more time.
Okay.
Let me get a battery for it.
Okay, for the audio listeners, one of our cameras that's focused on our jazz expert, Brian, is continually turns off because it reaches its maximum filming limit. So right now, Griffin is restarting it.
It turns out it's not really a camera for this.
I think, though, that the jazz in a cave, jazz in the bay, those would really bring people a new audience in.
Caves.
I'm relatively claustrophobic.
Hold your thought. Okay.
I don't spend a lot of time in caves because they're usually very small and I'm very claustrophobic. However, when there is a large cave or something that's easily, like you can walk in, there's some pretty big caves.
Like a closet.
Yeah, not quite like a closet, but just like
you can walk in.
You can walk in, and then there's like a much larger,
yes,
like a mine or something. If you ever been in a mine, you start off small, and then you walk into these big rooms. That could be a great place for a jazz concert.
Yeah,
there's a cave that is a concert venue. I can't remember what it's called. I feel like it closed, but then maybe it reopened or something. I'd like to see some jazz there. Let's get that on the radar. Mm-hmm. Maybe when Goober Time hits the road, we'll have some jazz musicians in the big cave in Tennessee.
Oh, it would be so wonderful if we could have a Goober Time jazz band that would follow us on the road.
And specifically, we are performing in caves.
Oh, and we could do heroin and weed and mushrooms with them.
Yes.
Brian could lead.
I'd love to lead that band. I'd love to lead that band.
Can the drummer lead the band?
Yeah, Ed Shaughnessy. Ed Shaughnessy, artistic director.
Wow.
What's he from?
Jazz.
Johnny Carson's
Johnny
band.
Carson's? What?
Wow.
So kind of what the theme here is, kind of like the best gigs you can get are late night, which seems like it's going away. Yeah, those are some of the most lucrative jazz gigs. So we need to fix jazz. We need to fix late night. Maybe late night's going away. That's partly due because to jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Going away?
Okay. Yeah.
Or are those two correlated?
See. Yeah, maybe.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Well,
Jazz is maybe dragging late night down a little bit.
Yeah, I think both need to be injected with some fresh energy. I feel like if you had a jazz band for a podcast, that seems like a good way to help bring jazz back. Like a traveling podcast with a jazz band that warms people up, plays afterwards, and then during a meet and greet, and then we would only have
during the meet and greet they're playing.
During the meet and greet, to provide energy and dancing. People can have something to do. They want to grab
That's a big thing I feel like was early on in jazz. They're dancing around to that. You don't see anybody dancing it to jazz anymore.
Right. People are sitting too much.
So I think bring your own chair, park it if it's that kind of, if it's heroin jazz. But I think we got a little bit of a subgenre in dance jazz I'm coming up with right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to be dancing more. Dancing in caves
It's sort of
to
you're
jazz.
sort of simulating. It's sort of a sexual thing. I think that can help us get back into the bedroom.
Yeah, make Jazz a little horny again.
Make Jordan a little horny again.
Yeah, almost what I said. I almost said.
Tom was over here thinking, if I play her jazz, maybe Jordan will get horny again. Remember that.
So jazz, to recap, jazz in caves with power chords, nonstop notes.
There's an MC.
Everyone's on heroin. There's a guy announcing the songs.
A cat, the coolest cat.
Coolest
Who's
cats.
saying,
Everybody's using the lingo.
yeah, everyone's using the lingo.
And shrooms, weed, and heroin allowed.
Absolutely encouraged.
Yeah.
Encouraged.
We maybe have
yeah.
like a bud Tinder, but there's also like a heroin Tinder and a shrooms Tinder as well.
Yeah. One thing that I would like for the cool cat, like the jazz MC, to do is also not only announce when things are starting and stopping, but announcing what instrument is playing. Because I know the drums, I know like maybe a horn, I know like what a trumpet sounds like, but I don't know if I can identify the French horn, the trombone, and oboe. So like and that's another problem with like listening to jazz on a record. You're kind of like, okay, this sounds cool, but I don't know what the fuck this guy's playing. Like, but if they're just like, that was an oboe.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That was a French
and now
horn.
the clarinet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's like 10 different types of saxes. Yeah, they need to be
Yeah, they need to
announced.
tell me what type of
Also
sax
sax.
is playing.
That's
yeah.
the big one. I like to know which type of sax. When there's a sax, it doesn't look. It looks like a little flute or something. It looks like the little ones.
Yeah, the little soprano or sopranino.
What?
There's a sopranino.
Sopranino. What is that?
Another type of
Sopranino.
noodle. Yeah, I like to know what that is. I really like the saxophone. The jazz drums and the jazz sax.
Oof.
Ooh, they get me going.
Yeah.
If there's a band that's just those two things and it's a Barry sax.
Brian, as a jazz musician, is there one instrument, or is there any instrument that you would absolutely not want to play in a combo or a big band?
I'm going to say, well, okay, I almost said no, but I think big timpani, those,
Bong, bong.
like you see in an orchestra, they're like these giant kettle drums.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need those in jazz.
Gongs.
Gongs. Yeah, we probably don't need many gongs in jazz.
You don't want gongs in
Well,
jazz.
and see, when I'm locking myself into the music room of Father Ryan High School, and I've got the trombone shoved against the door so nobody can get in. I'm saying, bang that fucker! I'm making the drummer get up from his drum kit. And he's got to hit that timpani a couple times.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's 4:45. You just fucking injected more black tar into your veins. You don't want to hear a gong. 4:45 a.m.
Bang. I think maybe that could help.
Yeah.
Wake people back up. Oh, Jesus, a gun went off. No, that's jazz.
Yeah.
At the very end, yeah. The sunrise gong.
Sunrise gong. Okay, a new jazz ritual.
Sunrise
gong.
Oh, I love a jazz ritual. If we're improving having rituals
Yeah,
that go on
rituals is
throughout,
good.
that those ground people, especially if we're in nature, we're at the bay, we're at the cave.
Those ground people.
Yeah, rituals ground people.
Oh, yes.
Rituals ground
Give
people.
them
Absolutely.
structure, adds more structure to the chaos of modern jazz.
I want to say, I don't know how long it's been, but I feel like we have painted an incredible picture of the coming future of jazz.
Yeah, we are
Absolutely.
really just putting the finishing touches. I've been loosely keeping track of time. I think we're winding it up.
I really hope that I'm able to make this episode work. I hope this camera hasn't fucked us.
Well, and
I should have been recording on just that recorder instead of the
because
camera.
the jazz cam doesn't really have a sponsor. It's not as reliable as our Randleman Skycam.
Oh, it doesn't have a sponsor. You're saying?
I mean, if you consider Tony Saporelli's Jazz Incubator,
I thought they were the sponsor, but maybe it's just sort of.
I mean, I think it's a trial sponsorship.
Okay,
I
I
think
see.
Tony
We're giving them that one
Saporelli,
for free.
Tony Saporelli is sponsoring, and his Jazz Incubator sponsoring the Jazz Cam. It's not going so hot, so I think he needs to up
I see. Yeah.
the
I see what you're
contribution
saying.
so we
Tony
can get a better.
has been a little down and out the past few years,
And I
I'll be
am
honest.
Realizing that this is something we talked about off camera and before we were recording. I don't know if we ever established for the audience who Tony Saporelli is.
Oh, Tony
Or that he
Saporelli.
was involved in jazz whatsoever. I
Yeah.
think maybe they get it by now, but
Oh. Yeah, I guess we should mention Tony Saporelli. His Jazz Incubator has played a large part in jazz education for, kids and adults for many years. Did you guys want to add anything?
And it's supported in large part by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Brian, to kind of help round us out, there is one jazz item that I don't think we've gotten to, and I think it would be good for you to tell us. It's been here the whole time. Pete Fountain? Pete Day?
Oh, yeah. Pete
Fountain
Fountain Day.
Okay.
This, yeah, I don't really know. I just had this lying around, and looks like he plays the clarinet. I've never listened to this guy.
Okay.
But it's him in New Orleans, and he's, as you can see, he's surrounded by some dancers. So that's kind
Some
of
females, some women.
Some women.
Some females dancing.
It
There
feels
are
pretty.
females on this podcast. I forgot.
I don't know if he looks sexy, but the point is that he's kind of like.
Show him to the camera as well.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
we go. But
Yeah.
he's kind of like giving off a vibe, and these women are around him. And,
Yeah.
You know,
That
it's.
could be you,
I
dear
hope.
listener.
And
I hope
he's in New Orleans, the one place where jazz clearly reigns supreme.
Still,
Still,
to this day.
jazz is king in New Orleans.
the city that jazz built.
Oh, here's a quote about Pete. "Pete's a playin' fool," said a friend of mine who attended the concert.
He's a planned fool.
He's a playin'
playin'
fool.
fool.
Playing
Oh.
fool.
Damn, that's high praise from a jazz.
Yeah.
For a jazz head.
And that was from a friend of Bert Coral.
Bert Goral.
Yeah,
friend of his.
co-editor of the Jazz Word from.
You're letting us know that there's an album by a guy you've never heard of or listened to, and that his friend, who you don't know who that is, likes it. That's the information you're giving us.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
And the praise, yeah, in jazz, saying someone's an idiot, a playing fool is a compliment.
High compliment, high praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
much
boy's
like
a
in
stone
comedy.
cold moron.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's getting that tay-tay. Boy sounds like an imbecile.
Yeah. So that's what I brought.
Okay.
All right, Brian. We've really learned a lot about jazz today.
Do you have any things to plug coming up? Any jazz or non-jazz related things you'd like to get off your chest or let our audience know about?
Yeah, I mean, I've been writing musicals, not very jazz, but I'm trying to get people interested in those. I have an album coming out maybe in a few months of the music from Fanny, a musical that I wrote, a classical punk musical about Fanny Mendelssohn. So it's going to be called Fanny, and you'll find it on all the streamings.
And that's punk music. They're using power chords.
They're using power chords.
So that's maybe
it's,
something in there for the jazz.
it's
fan.
very
You listen to
accessible.
that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Incredible. Anything else for you, Tom?
No, I think this has been an excellent episode. Thank you to Dr. Chris Chismore for lining
Setting
up our
this up.
first guest. Hopefully, this will bring many more guests and thought leaders onto the podcast. I think that we have optimized jazz as much as we can.
I look jazz. I'll see you in the future, and I'll be expecting you to be better and to be pushing the boundaries in the ways we've described. And if you haven't done that, there will be hell to pay. Thank you.
And to all our citizen soldiers out there, citizen soldiers.
We've really come up with something that's almost impossible to say.
Yeah, we have citizen soldiers. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the awakening. You are loved. No one thinks like you.
Good night.
Good night.
Goober Time is produced by me, Griffin, and Lauren Talmadge. Executive produced by Tim McGower. Associate producer Ahmed Stork, and aspiring producer Little Jimmy Penn. Goober Time is engineered by Roger Goodrich and recorded at Detweiler Sound in Humboldt, Tupelo, Mississippi. Sound mixing by Reed Armband with music by Laser Monster, which is Griffin in the past. You can check it out at lasermonster.bandcamp.com. Tom's costume was provided by Padma Lakshmi with catering provided by Kokomo's Mungo Lounge. Kokomo's, if you can't take her here, you can't take her anywhere.